Maybe I'll just start talking about the project and record, and then we'll see how it works out.
Sounds great.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Good. This is a contra alto clarinet, and it has a very low sound. But it's a clarinet. It's a member of the clarinet family. When I first got a hold of this instrument about 20 years ago, I mostly thought of it as maybe like a novelty instrument or something that you might use just for coloristic effect or something like that. But when I started playing with Tin Hat, we started using it more in the role of the bass in the band. And I began to think about the possibility of just having a band where I was actually the bass player. So about a year ago, maybe like late 2011, I started thinking about putting together a group where we could record some music, and I would be the bass player. So I called up a few of my favorite musicians, Nels Cline, the guitar player, and I figured, why not have not just one of my favorite tenor saxophone players in the band, but how about two of my favorite tenor saxophone players? So I got in touch with Ellery Eskelin and Sudduth. And I figured that if I'm going to be the bass player, then that means we need a really good drummer. So I asked Chess Smith to be there, because he's like one of my favorite drummers. And we recorded the entire record all in one day. With a very limited time, I realized that if I wanted to try to get the sound that I was hoping to achieve, I was going to have to push people a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of a polite individual, and it doesn't come naturally to me to lean on people and push them and insist on things, or even like demand things. But when it came down to it, when we were making the record, I kind of felt the necessity to make my viewpoint as clear as I could, and to ask people to do things again, if need be, until we could get the sound that I was looking for. In this band, when we get to the blowing sections or the improvised sections, I like to have more than one person playing or even improvising at the same time, so that that feeling of the chorale with the multiple moving voices gets carried through, not just from the melodies of the songs, but it's carried throughout the texture of the music. And I think you can hear that not just in this record, Unfold Ordinary Mind, that was recorded last year, but also in the other record that's about to come out, that's called Subatomic Particle Homesick Blues. And I think that even though that record was recorded really like 5 years ago, I think if you listen to the very first song on that record, it's called Evolution. It begins with just a very simple hymn or chorale, and then it kind of develops that theme in a lot of different ways. I didn't know what the name of the record was going to be after we recorded it, and then while I was involved in the mixing, I happened to be looking through my drawer and I found this piece of paper that said, "Unfold Ordinary Mind." I must have written it down at some point thinking, maybe I thought it would be a good name for a record, I don't know, maybe it was just instructions to myself. Unfold Ordinary Mind. And as soon as I saw that, I knew that had to be the title.